Is it cheaper to DIY your furniture or to buy from a store? Let's find out. And since inflation is through the roof, I chose to use simple dimensional pine 2x4s from the hardware store. This is not something I normally do, but I'm looking to save money on this project and make it budget friendly. We bought a new house and my wife has been dying to fill it up. She wants furniture everywhere. She saw this piece in a store and wanted to buy it, but the price tag was $5,000. What? No way, I couldn't do that. I have the skill set. All I needed to do was to buy some lumber and I could easily make us one. But I was unsure if I could pull off that finish. You see, that finish was like an old world look. Probably reclaimed wood, which made it so expensive. So I'm going to use brand new lumber and see if I can pull that off. And oh yeah, here's the space we're going to put it in. So let's get busy. I told my wife I could bang this project out in a week, and I'm going to see if I can pull that off. But between you and me, I probably can't. But I'm going to give it my best effort. And by the way, this is April. You know what that means, right? The month of April means the end of the tax season, tax filing deadlines. What a bummer. I just found out I'm going to owe a crap load of money in taxes, and it just feels kind of unfair. Are you with me? Do you feel that way as well? Money is crazy. Taxes are out of control. We're taxed on money when we receive it. We're taxed on money when we spend it. We're taxed on when we keep it, when we invest it, and even when we die with it. Are you serious? This can't be our reality. Somebody please give me a pinch right now and wake me up from this nightmare. Oh, and you see what I'm doing? What I'm doing is drilling out these holes so I could add adjustable levelers. After all, when you have furniture, floors are always uneven in every house, and nothing I hate more is a teetering table. So this will help with that. And I'm using this angle grinder to help remove some of that grain. Remember, I want to keep that old world appearance, and this is the way I'm going to try to do it. But thinking about taxes, that brings me to another point. Think about it for a minute. We commute to work every day to make that money that's taxed. We commute in a car that was taxed when we bought it and taxed again when we register it. Then we have to drive on the roads that were already taxed by us just to maintain them. But the strange part is, most often these roads and highways are falling apart, although they've received millions, possibly billions in taxpayer dollars already. Something doesn't add up. Well, what are we going to do, right? For me, the older I get, the more I plan to stay at home. Hence the reason why I'm trying to make my house a place I never want to leave. Oh, check out this technique I'm using. Remember I removed the grain and I made it all edgy? Now I'm adding that stain on there and it's looking pretty dope, right? But in a minute, I'm going to come back with a second layer of paint and we're going to actually layer this as I'm trying to get that aged look. And so far, I'm still not confident, but step one is looking good. Now I'm milling up the top and cutting it to size and I'm rounding over the edges. I don't want any splinters. And I'm using my extension faceplate tool. I designed this a few months ago. This thing has been awesome. I don't know what took me so long. I'll have a link in the description box if you're interested in supporting my journey, but that thing is a game changer. And check out this paint. This is looking dope. I'm actually pulling it off. It's looking older and older as I go. But let's discuss the cost and the time to make this table. It took me a week and a half, but I didn't do it during business hours. I did it on weekends and after hours, so I didn't count in the labor. I'm using these Z-clips for the attachment at the top, which helps with seasonal wood movement. And the wood itself cost me around $79. Woo! That's a big savings, right? And got this hardware from Amazon. It came out nice. This finish looks really good, and I gotta say, you can't even tell that this was new, fresh 2x4s. This thing looks like an old, weathered table that's been around for 100 years. At least that's what I think. Now, the one in the store, it's probably better. It came from this place right here. Is it kind of goofy that I'm adding a magazine on the table that sold the table that looked like this? Yeah, probably. But I'm decorating it and seeing if I could pull it off. So far, my wife loves it. I love it. So you got to ask the question, would you DIY this thing?